Hey folks, this is Tolly and welcome to some more game dev. Here again with Drixy today.
Hey guys.
We're going to be doing some game dev stuff. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be working on today. I've been focusing a bit on combat, but I do know Drixy's working on
Models.
some model work. So
Here's one of them waving at you. She's very excited.
we'll see how that goes. But I don't know. Today, definitely a very much a just kind of trying to get stuff done. Not entirely sure what I'm trying to accomplish, just going to be working for the most part. So we're going to go to this double view so that we get the picture in picture. I think maybe
Did no
I'd
one
like...
see my little girl wave then?
No, I showed it.
Okay,
it was
good.
full screen.
I was concerned there for a second. I worked hard on her.
No. And now you're going to be working on another one of our adventurers, right?
Yes, I'm going to be working on, let me see, a veteran kind of grizzled mentor character, like the fatherly figure of the group. That's kind of my inspiration. Don't really have a lot of ideas, going to build them out as we go along, see kind of personality.
Yeah, I think we'll figure all of that out, but I think if you can just make a generic adventurer dude, we will eventually fill in the pieces
I need to fix
more.
The eyes first.
As for me, yeah, I'm trying to find out what to do next, and I feel like streaming, as always, is going to focus me, hopefully. As I said, I've been working on combat a little bit. We've gotten to the point now where we've done most of the early kind of cutscenes, and we're at a point where technically we should be reached to the first checkpoint, unlocked a couple points in our skill tree, and leveled up. And I'm trying to figure out like the difficulty I want the early slimes to be at. Before we were doing 3 slashes to stagger and then 1 bash to defeat them. I've kind of changed those numbers around a little bit, so it's 4 slashes and then 2 bashes to take them out. But it's just trying to create more of a actual progression curve so that like we have some room for the player to grow and get stronger instead of them just initially being able to deal with these slimes quite easily. This does, however, mean that by the time you deal with the 2 slimes in this room, you're basically almost dead. So like something about this tuning is still not quite right. And if you end up dying, I think you're going to end up in a situation where you're not going to have a ton of resources to level up beyond where you already are. I think maybe what we do is we add a piece of loot in each of these other rooms to the north and to the south. No matter which way the player goes, they'll end up getting a component to allow them to upgrade further. So I'm going to grab this chest item and we're going to copy this one and we're going to bring it over into here and we're going to paste it somewhere in here. And maybe just place it at the bottom of this little area, so if the player explores down, they'll find it. And I think the next item the player needs in order to be able to upgrade is... Oh, one second. Is going to be a stagger node item. Yeah, stagger power node. So we'll make this grant one of those, and we're going to add another one in the room to the south. All this data looks correct. That should work. Okay, and then we're gonna just make sure that we hook up the prop object here as well. Okay, and then we can come back down and go into this map. And I'm gonna add another one over here. And then this one will go over on this tile. And we will clear and then save, and this should repopulate with the new data. That all looks correct as well. What enemy are we spawning here? A mini slime? I kind of like that. I think I want to put a mini slime or two up in this area as well. And we'll have this one path between 10:14, 14:12, and 11:10. We'll do that pathing for it. We'll have it start on 10:14, so it'll do a little triangle-y loop. Okay. So then, if a player was to begin here at essentially the room after the checkpoint, we'd move forward. We'd have one slime. We can defeat this one by building up its stagger meter, the bar under the green health bar. And then once it's filled all the way up, we could use bash twice. That takes it out. And then we'd advance into the next room. If we continued exploring a bit more in there, we'd fight both the slimes, which wouldn't really net us much. But if we come into here, we'd be able to access this stagger crystal and then run into a little mini slime, which at this point are very much pushovers. Because of the couple of upgrade points the player has gotten, they're actually not much resistance at all. Meanwhile, the big slimes are major resistance. So, assuming we ran out of time, we could come into here and upgrade this node. And potentially a strength upgrade and a health upgrade. Let's say that I had enough points to buy those. Bash might be able to level up once at this point as well. What would a run look like after that? Oh, we do not have our debug set up correctly. In order for this to function, we need to have this post checkpoint have a couple of more flags be unlocked by default. We need to have cutscenes, checkpoint unlock. We need to set checkpoint forest 00A to active, but what is the thing determining whether or not you can actually get over to the menu? These ones. Oh, same ones. Okay. So yeah, our debug then needs to have this value set to active. So that checkpoint will be reachable, and once that checkpoint's reachable, we'll be able to get to this checkpoint screen. And we'll give this another try. How goes the modeling?
I have the weirdest situation. Like, there's just this tiny dot in the middle of a single plane. I'm like, how? There's no vertices. What is this? It just showed up. I'm like, everything was done so nicely. And I was like, that's rude.
Oh, is there a red line going down? I saw something like it.
No, like everything is beautiful. Just those tiny one dot. Just one dot. And there's a line if you're going the inside, right? Of course, because you're inside.
No, I thought I saw something heading like down towards the floor.
Oh, I haven't touched any of that yet. I haven't
Oh,
fixed the
it's
boots.
I see what it is. It's the red line for the grid
Oh, that?
plane. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm already confused with this dot, so you know what?
Could you try just deleting it and seeing if it goes away?
Now it's just all one dot.
And then
But,
you
like,
could re-add it?
Working on it.
Sorry,
What a
don't mean to
weird
backseat
first-
model.
You are a backseat modeler. Okay, it's gone now. But like, what? Just did
But-
his hair.
But
He's
why?
he's a little bit more of an emo guy now. Oh, full transparency, I tried this gentleman earlier and I completely broke him, so this is my second run. Because never be afraid to try again.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
okay.
at some point it's just easier because I feel like when you did that first pass, you ended up making something that was rather cool very quickly, and then we spent a long time trying to fix some early mistakes that I think are just from you not having done any modeling in a while.
Yeah, fundamentally broke. So let's watch it break again live. You.
Well, worst case, it does break, and I think that's fine. It's
Honestly.
all about getting it figured out and learning more so than anything else.
I'm thinking of doing an easier style of cape because last time I did like the cross cape. I think I'm just going to go for the 1-2, like make it symmetrical, and I can pizzazzle it later if I choose in pixelization.
Sure. Yeah, you can always draw in more once we render this out into its like sprite form.
Exactly. That's the hope anyway.
That is the hope.
So if I do that, new face.
Oh, interesting. This slime is moving a lot more than I intend.
Is he grooving?
Yeah, something's weird there. I'm gonna look into that. But also, I upgraded... Oh, did I even upgrade? I don't even think I upgraded. I just went right into the checkpoint screen to make sure that was working.
Why didn't that work the way I wanted it to? Are you one face? You are one face.
Yeah, no, I never actually came in here. So I want to test seeing what it's like if these are unlocked and this one's unlocked. And see how our run feels with those upgrades. Because I think getting that stagger power bonus is going to make it so that you can 3/ stagger an enemy instead of 4. And my hope is that that's going to feel a lot better. Oh yeah, and with the strength upgrades, it goes to the... It goes to a 3/1 bash with a little bit of variance. Okay. So with a couple of upgrades, it kind of goes to the better version, in my opinion, or the more fun feeling version. But then these ones, I'm assuming, are going to basically just be one hits or close to it. Yeah, the pacing feels off still. Oh, I fixed a bug with the flags not set up correctly, and I need to re-save most of these maps now. Most of the maps that contain enemies, at least. First time chatter, hello. Kitsune
Hello.
Seko? Senko?
Senko.
Hope you're having a good Saturday.
Kitsune. I personally do not.
No, not generally. Mostly just doing the game dev thing. Slowly plugging away at our own project. Okay, I think this is most of the maps remodified so that the map data is regenerated with the correct enemy spawns.
I separated you two. Why are you like this?
And I'm going to make sure that the firing range area is operational. Looks good. Okay.
I don't think loop cut does exactly what I want it to do, or knife does. Does it not do what I want it to do? Cut new topology.
Okay. What is this game? That is a hard thing to answer.
It is almost anything you want it to be so far.
Well, I keep
Do
adding
you like
more to
isekai?
it. Yeah.
Do
So
you like time travel?
So the basic premise is it is a tactical adventure game in which you explore the world on essentially a grid, moving through a series of different rooms. The kind of overall narrative wrapper is kind of an anime manga style story with an isekai. Your main character is summoned to this world by a goddess to defeat the demon lord. The title is Infinite Retries to Defeat the Demon Lord. There is a kind of constant ticking down timer in which the time when it reaches 0 has the demon lord resurrect, and when the demon lord revives, it is essentially game over. Think something like 30-second hero. And then once that game over happens, you go back to the goddess realm, in which you can upgrade your stats, increase the power of your abilities, and then proceed to go out and do another run out into the world. And the time resets each time. So there's a little bit of a Groundhog Day, Majora's Mask type thing happening where certain events happen at specific time periods, and part of each of the chapters is going to be figuring out how do you actually get to the success point or complete that section of the game within the allotted time. Got a bit of exploration, dungeon crawl type experience stuff with the tiles. So there is a level of needing to explore your environment, find items, upgrade, as well as to find the next kind of major points and story plot points. Yeah, all wrapped within the kind of standard RPG upgrade skill tree type systems. I think that's the best elevator pitch I have at this point.
It's a good time.
It's coming together slowly. Sometimes maybe a little too slowly. It is worth noting this is like a hobby project that me and Drixy work on. It's definitely going very slow. Been working on this like engine for a number of years now, kind of getting all this stuff set up in Unity so that we have tons of pipelines for getting like art assets and maps and stuff built, all the RPG mechanics and everything else. And yeah, it's just been somewhat slow.
But it's been fun.
It has been fun. Yeah, we're kind of at a point now where like contextually, like the context right now is that I'm off for another 2 weeks. I took 4 weeks off vacation, so we're about halfway through my vacation time in which I'm trying to get through all of chapter 1. My hope is that we can build the game to be about 8 chapters essentially. So I want to try and get chapter 1 done by the end of this vacation time so that we can have kind of 1/8 of the game done, and more importantly have a better understanding of how long it takes to make a chapter, because that'll better inform how long we think it will be before we can actually get this game out the door. Visual novels are cool though.
Visual novels are great.
there's a part of me that thinks I won't be able to figure out how to make all the combat stuff work, and if which point I may just make this a tactical adventure visual novel, because I've been working a fair amount on cutscenes over the last little while. That's honestly what the past 2 weeks has mostly been, is just kind of refining a lot of the early like 15 minutes of cutscenes, introducing the world, introducing the story, kind of getting motivations and a lot of the early aspects up and running. So like stuff like this where hero sees a beautiful waterfall, the goddess is kind of speaking to him through the watch, and like having these kind of like Final Fantasy Tactics style dialogue conversations. I've been working on building up a lot of those. Yeah, so that, worst case, if I can't make the combat work, I feel like I could just fall back on telling a story with a lot of these cutscene systems. It may not be as fleshed out and as interesting, but it is another thing we could do if I can't get the balancing right on the combat stuff. But I want to continue to try and build up the combat as much as possible, although that is still where we are very much stuck today. So going back here, like I feel like I don't want the first few runs after you get past all the cutscenes and stuff, when you reach the first checkpoint, to just be like dying to these slimes over and over again, but at the same time I don't want them to be a cakewalk. If I was to call out the major issue though, I feel like it's more so that I don't think I'm really making many decisions at this point. Like Slash does a fair amount of stagger damage versus the tankier, bigger green slimes. And Bash does a ton of damage once I have actually staggered an enemy. But I feel like it's still a little too simple, and it's just hit Slash until the enemy staggers and then hit Bash until it dies. Maybe that's fine for like, we're still early in the game and we'll introduce more mechanics and more abilities and more enemy behaviors. Yeah. Maybe I should just move on for today. Like maybe I should say this is fine. Maybe it's not perfect. Maybe I'm not super happy with it. But it's maybe enough to just like say this is okay. Because I came into this stream not sure what to do next. But this combat's working. It goes from being 4 slashes and 2 bashes to killing an enemy, to after you upgrade a couple of times only needing to attack 3 times and do 1 bash. And that feels like a good progression. So maybe we just leave it at that for the time being and move on to the next steps.
That seems like a great idea. Yeah.
Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you chatting and saying hello. And hope you have a good night.
Yeah, take care. Thanks for stopping by.
If it's not combat though, if we say that this combat is quote unquote fine, like it's placing some of the items is good. I think that that's helpful, getting some of this stuff penciled in. Let me check my notes. Maybe it's time to do more cutscenes. Just feels like
time for cutscenes.
There's a lot of cutscenes. Where's my dialogue notes?
Why are you rotating like a ridiculous piece of block? Come on.
Well, I'm thinking, how's it going over here?
Oh, I'm just fighting with rotation. Like, what even is rotation? So, last time I took it out from, like, a large panel. So instead, I'm taking a single shoulder thing, extruding it properly, so you can see the attachment here.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a shoulder panel, and then I'm extruding what is just blocks from here, and I'm overlaying a cape of its own. It could literally be its own object, but it is attached to the original mesh through an extrusion.
Just at the top of the shoulder.
Just at the top of the shoulders. And I think that'd be really, really good because it's not going to mess with the arms. It's not going to weigh down the back. It's not going to have a lot of attachment. So it should be really flowy when we actually rig it. That's my thought. I just need to relearn how to do what really is just extrusion and then rotating the front of it. But like...
You should be able to hit the XYZ or whatever to force it to a specific angle.
Yes,
or an
I
axis.
can, but it doesn't seem to be wanting to do what I want it, because that way rotates that way.
Mm-hmm.
Or, yeah. Whoop.
But you can...
So that way... Oh, I also lost the entire thing. Extrusion. Do I need to maybe select the whole thing? No, I just need this. So that way goes that way.
Yeah.
That way goes that way. That way goes that way. I need it to go this way.
Okay. In that case, you will have to freehand it, I think. So you'll need to rotate. If you want, though, you could just hit rotate and enter and then manually put in some values as well in the bottom left there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because if you just change like one of them, you might be able to get it.
Well, what I'm just going to do is pull the bottom bar in. It just gives me a better sense of control. Like that. And now I take this and I extract from there so I get the angle I want without too much finessing.
Interesting.
Right? And I can always adjust from here, right? Here, this is all a little bit too far from the body, and I can just gently pull it in without doing any craziness.
You just might want to grab the top edge of the curve point and just make sure that there's a little more room for it. No, you got it. You're good.
You know, I'm definitely trying to be a lot more careful. Like, I understand how I broke the last model, and I'm taking this very softly.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm. I don't like doing a couple things over and over again. Once is fine. Twice is nice. 3 times, I'm out.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're at the point where we have reached the first checkpoint. You get to this room, and I present the player with options. They could go north, which is the more likely option, or they could go south. And we've got 2 difficult enemies in this room. Maybe that's the change up. Maybe we move this enemy to here and have this one moving in this area. So if you want to go south, you have to fight this more difficult enemy. And then we put maybe a couple of mini slimes in here that should be honestly too easy. I guess that's the other problem, is if we go mini slimes at this stage, they've just become too much of a cakewalk almost. We could maybe add another enemy type. Like, we have the Void Bat, which if I go to the combat realm... Oh, sorry, combat grounds. Went into the wrong map. Like, I definitely don't want you fighting the boar, because the boar is going to be required in order to... Like, the boar is kind of almost like a mini-boss character that we want to make sure you get, like, the shield ability, the ability to parry it. But we could introduce this bat as like another type of enemy that's maybe not as difficult as the big slime. Maybe that's the solution.
The bat is really cute. I'd love to see that bat.
We haven't used it a lot lately. I'm not sure if it even has a full suite of animations. I believe it does, though, because it was one of the first enemies we set up, so it should have everything we need. Okay, so this enemy spawn is a mini slime. Let's just see how this feels. If we do mini slime here and another mini slime over here and turn off this big slime and then have this one patrolling between, say, I don't know, 9, 12, and 13, 15. Just moving back and forth between those 2 points. And we can have it start on the lower side. Oh, that might be too far. Let's do 12. And then we'll have this little slime maybe start here and go from here to like 14, so it's just kind of going around in a little circle. If I wanted to make sure that it actually went in a circle and less of a diagonal line, I guess I could also make it so it goes to like 14, 16, goes up here, and then we'd need one on the other side as well. So this one could do that. So it's just doing a little circle around this exit. And then the other mini slime could move back and forth. Just between 4, 8 and wherever it currently is right now, 8, 8. Could just go up and down this section. See how that goes.
Do I not? Oh, I don't have it actually rendering. No wonder why I can't get an image.
Yeah, so the little slimes are just taking a couple of hits. And if we run into this big slime, he's taking a bunch of damage, but is defeatable with our current setup. Maybe that's the way we do it. We just have some little ones that are just easy to deal with, and then the occasional bigger enemy. Because at this point we're at 23 health, so we're already pretty low. Believe we have more big slimes down here.
Let's get a nice blue for his cape.
Okay. But once we get another upgrade point in strength, I think we're gonna maybe be one-shotting the slimes. Buy here. Buy a strength upgrade. Buy a defense upgrade. Come into Bash. Buy its defense upgrade. And we don't have any HP crystals currently. So this would not be an unrealistic amount of upgrade purchasing. Make this a little bit bigger. I want to figure out why this slime is moving so much as well. That is not intentional. Takes 2 hits to take out the big one. Yeah, because this big slime's moving twice, it means that it's like also delaying our ability to move normally. Yeah, we take a lot less damage here with the defense upgrades, so we'd be able to go much further with much less difficulty. So definitely feeling stronger. Yeah, maybe that's enough. Maybe we do like the first run after you hit this checkpoint, you're dealing with a couple of small ones, it's not a big deal, and a couple of big ones that end up wearing you down and eventually taking you out. And then we come back in with a few upgrades, and those upgrades make it to the point where we can mostly deal with these slimes without too much issue. Because we're eventually going to have to kind of backtrack through these areas a few different ways or a few different times. So we're going to want to make sure that it's feeling really good to kind of take out these enemies quickly. Yeah, maybe this is okay. Maybe the tuning I had been working on yesterday is actually working. Okay. I like the 2 slimes, 1 big slime here. I think that's fine. Then I maybe want to do another big slime in this room. Maybe this one is guarding this treasure chest and sitting at 14, 13, and when it starts, it'll try and move up to, say, like 12, 11. And then just goes across to like 13, 14. So it just kind of goes in a little triangle-y shape. Maybe we widen the triangle, go 12, 14. Okay. And then in this one, we need to turn off the debug spawn whole room, because every time we were entering here, it was auto-spawning the whole thing. And then we've got a couple of spots that we can hide some secrets in this one. Same with this one. I feel like this is also kind of a room for a couple of different enemy spawns, just the way it's laid out. Let's figure out what's going on with the big slime multi-moving, though. Is it just set up to have 3 movement? It is. It's set up to have a range of 3. This is a recent change I made. In order to test enemies moving and running away from us. I did not intend that to impact the patrolling system, though. It makes sense, though. I've increased their movement range, so when they patrol between tiles, they move that range. If I was to make it so that they can't move more than 1 tile per patrol turn, what would that look like? Would that be an easy thing to test? How's the cape going?
Delicate work.
Oh, what was that?
Delicate.
Delicate?
Yeah, but it's looking better. Let me just render an image here. Well, itty bitty lad decided to jump onto my water. You can see he's got nice shadowing here. He's got the cape shape. I'm going to give him a little bit more on the left-hand side here, I think. And it's going over the shoulder cleanly. Now, of course, this is not an animation, but it's silhouetting better than the first version.
Perfect.
Now, is it going to look like a cape? I don't know. Not until Pixel Pass. But at least it's going to give me the silhouette.
Okay. I'm going to go back to here. Okay, so how does patrolling work? It tries to set up a patrol point. Yeah, this get move range, I can just override this to have a distance of 1 when it's patrolling. So if you're walking around and the room is already revealed, the enemy will only ever move 1 tile at a time. So we're just going to take out these enemies and then do a quick restart of the run. with the room fully revealed. So now, as Hero moves, the green slime should only move once. It looked like that was working. We were seeing some animation weirdness, though. So if I hold down the button... Yeah, there is some animation popping occasionally. If we slow things down, we can see it even more easily. So if we're moving continuously... Once we get to the center of this tile... Oh, that one went smoothly. There. There's that one animation pop. So if we take a look at our logs, I'm going to guess that something's preventing the player from being able to move as quickly as I would like. Walk is complete. Ah, here. It's completing both the branch steps, but it's taking a frame before we get to the sequence complete call. So I think what's happening is because there's two enemies on the field, it's preventing, or it's adding an extra delay. Ooh, it could also be this that I was concerned was going to create animation popping. Let's just validate it's not this first. And then in order to not require us to do multiple runs, we should be able to toggle on the debug to spawn the whole board. Let's see how this goes. That cape is looking much cleaner.
Oh my god, thank you. I think I'm going to give him just above the knees, because bending. Also, he's not a hero. He's an adventurer. What business does he have having a longer than a knee-length cape? Can you imagine trampling out in the woods, chasing a deer, and then getting your cape stuck in the bramble? No, practicality. Short cape. I have spoken.
Okay, I believe you.
Fact.
I don't know why it also feels right, though, to have him have a cape, like as a adventurer.
Yeah, but he gets his good adventuring skills from practicality. He's wise. That's not a piece of cape. Also, you will be so happy to see no red. Where? Well, if you go inside, yes, but no red. All my faces are proper.
They're all facing outwards. Perfect.
It's a challenge, okay? It doesn't feel like it should be a challenge, but it is difficult.
Still seeing animation popping, so it's not related to this issue. It's something about the way that we are branching our events and having them play simultaneously. Something is adding a 1 frame delay, which I had thought we had fixed, but clearly not. Because what should be happening is if the player holds down the button, by the time they finish moving, the whole turn should be over, and it should queue up the next movement on the same frame, so that the player's animation never has a chance to go back to idle. But if there's that 1 frame delay, the animation goes back to idle just for 1 frame, and there's such a difference between their forward movement and their idle that it becomes a very obvious pop. Especially when they are moving continuously. It's consistently at this location for this call. How does this one work? This sequence complete call, this is coming from inside of this sequence complete callback, which is after we've called advanced time and after we've sorted the plans into our branching sequence steps. Okay. So I suppose one thing we could do is we could try taking a look at the exact moments when this finishes. So if we take a step here, oh, we'll need to attach the debugger. So we're just about to finish the turn, it looks like. It's saying we have no sequences left, and we're on frame count 930, 930, frame count 931. Okay, so this is actually fairly easy then, because what we can do is once we hit the second version of this, so this is 161, if we just progress forward, ideally we should hit, oh, do I need to actually put a breakpoint inside of my sequence? Yeah, 2 branches. And we are on step 2, which is going to be the callback. For advancing time. And if we were to step forward, we would eventually hit the frame count of 162. Okay, so I want to see what's happening inside of this for loop. The moment after it thinks we're done with all of our actions. So we're here. If we put a breakpoint here, is this going to get hit every frame? Doesn't look like it. So if we take a move, we are currently moving through some sort of set action, some sort of fade. Okay, now we are in the branch. So we're going to go through the first branching sequence step, which is going to get invoked, and it's going to yield return on it.
Oh, right. I don't know how to fix these boots.
Okay, it's going to do a bunch of stuff here. That's all fine. Yeah, this is going to be hard to track because everything is basically a sequence, which means debugging through this is going to be a huge pain. But it's basically executing all of the actions for all the different characters on the screen as they all do their different moves to their destination tiles. What is this last step they're all ending on? Oh, it's all the actual move step. Everything else was just doing tile revealing stuff, which was probably happening instantly. Yeah, and here we hit our first sequence step set complete. And then we're hitting our second branching sequence step, which contains 3 of these that are setting stats to 0. That was a change we made relatively recently. Is that potentially the issue? We had to fix something in the AI director because in some specific situations with attacks of opportunity, they weren't getting their CT set to the lower number. Is this still causing problems? If we get rid of this, does that fix the bug? It'll cause other problems, like I said with the attack of opportunity code, but and take a quick look. I mean, arguably none of this matters. Like, it's not great that the animation pop is happening, but don't know if I should be spending like 20 minutes on trying to solve it.
Is it quicker for you to redo it?
Well, there's no redoing it. There is simply fixing it.
Oh.
But there's just a question of, is this the thing I should be spending time on? Debatable. 450. Oh, no other breakpoints hit. Interesting.
Oh, empty mesh. All right.
Now the animation is smooth. Yeah, so adding that extra set of CTs is somehow causing the system to create an extra branch sequence step, which is meaning that we get a 1 frame delay before we actually continue. I don't fully understand why that's happening, but I get the general gist of what the bug is.
Oh,
But
I forgot his most important part. His beard.
do you know how to recreate the beard you did earlier
I know
today?
how to recreate the beard. I was just like, why he looks so young?
Can't be a grizzled veteran without a good beard.
No, you can't. Be an injustice. Oh, I should go back to the base model.
I feel like if an enemy is patrolling, their actions shouldn't be taking up so much time. There's still something about the way that we do simultaneous actions that doesn't feel quite right or quite actiony enough. Like when a slime is moving while we're performing an attack, it feels like it slows down all of the action, and it should be happening kind of like almost simultaneously. Why did entering into this map break? Oh, did I not put this one? Yeah, I didn't put it under the room object, and it needs to be there in order for it to actually function. That's all that is. Okay. I think I'm going to worry about figuring out the solution to why adding the CT time is breaking stuff later. I have narrowed down what the issue is, which is this. But I think I'm just going to put that in our backlog of small bugs to fix later.
How big is that backlog?
Honestly, not that big. The amount of bugs that we have are quite small at this point. Most of them are to do with like fixing the edges of the maps with the fades, adding the interaction indicator, some VO missing from several of our cutscenes, ambient sound effects not resetting on player death, and then several to do with combat that are all kind of related to these problems I'm talking about today, which is like combat broke for us once when a enemy engaged. Just like having another enemy find you in combat with an existing enemy just completely broke things, and I don't really know why. The defendability not properly ending a run when time runs out. So if you hit defend and your time goes to 0 for whatever reason, it didn't end the run. So there's like little things like that that I need to try to track down. And then there's some design problems of like what happens when an enemy drops an item onto a location with an item, like so, or like what happens if an enemy walks onto a tile that already has an item drop on it and the player hasn't picked it up. Like there's a number of those, almost like not so much bugs, I mean they do cause problems, but just questions around combat still.
What do you think of this little guy?
Let me switch to your view.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. I think the beard could be more pronounced.
I'm afraid of making it too buffet. Oh my god, how, what? Oh.
Your window is off camera.
My window is like off in a million years. Okay. There we go. It's like, what is happening? Where is it? Okay, so beefier beard.
Otherwise looks good. You're just extruding the beard out.
Yeah, extrusion is the ultimate way to build stuff without ruining my lines.
I mean, when done properly, but I'm not gonna fight you.
Excuse me? I am the best at horrible modeling. I will not be questioned.
I'm sorry.
You should be sorry. Or let's see how this is. Oh gosh, okay. I'm just gonna make this screen smaller so it doesn't eat up my entire visual realm. Okay, you get a little bit more beard. You get like 4 more pixels, which is significant. I still have to design it in A-Sprite.
No, that's fair. I'm just thinking about how you can get yourself as much like detail as close to possible.
I'm more fussy about this. I feel like this needs more thickness.
Because it's just not picking up enough pixels.
Not picking enough shadows.
Oh, interesting.
Really, I just want to like... Whoa, that's a lot of... You know I've done it good when my loop cut actually goes all the way through.
Yeah, that means you have set it up quite well.
Wow, I've never had that successful before. Maybe I shouldn't brag about that. Patting myself on the back a little bit there, though.
Have you tried... Oh.
So what happened there is I did the loop cut, right, which is great.
Yeah.
Except it was too successful, and it actually went through and did the other side, like did the whole loop. And now when I was shifting it, not only the top half was happening, but the bottom half, which is where a lot of my errors last time happened.
Oh, interesting.
And I only really want to puff out this bit. What were you saying?
I was going to ask, have you tried rigging this one yet?
I was about to, and then I realized the beard fiasco.
Ah.
Okay, I get a little bit more shadow now.
Can you bring it down so we can see?
Oh my gosh. You want me to ruin the secrets? You see how now I have dark pixels down here? I didn't have any of that before.
Nice. No, yeah, that looks good.
What do you think of his hair? Very, very simple for now, because I figured all the higher styles I've been trying to do in Blender just has not been really adequate.
Yeah, no, I think the boxy kind of shape there is going to be good.
Give me a box. I got some length, but give me a box.
And then I would say this is probably a good starting point, and then like we can do, we can see how that one kind of rigs and make sure that everything's working before you can do a detail pass on non-mirrored kind of pieces.
Yeah. All right. I'm rigging now. Hold tight. Please stand by. Ooh, we got an unlockable characters. Hydrate. Did you call that? Because I didn't pay attention.
No, it just happened a minute ago.
Woohoo! Hey, unlockable.
You are on it. All right, muting for hydration. All right. I think
No fingers.
No thinking?
No,
Oh.
what? No, my rig. No fingers. I have to remember, or else everything breaks.
Yeah, your character does not have any fingers.
They have mittens.
Okay, I think one thing I want to ask myself is why does the big slime have 2 different attacks? And I don't think I can come up with an answer for that. Like, from a gameplay standpoint, you just want to hit slash until the enemy is staggered and then hit bash to defeat them. And so I kind of want to make it so that if you have the enemy doing different actions, you might want to maybe mix up that strategy. But at this point, with only having 2 abilities, there's not much really you can do differently. So I might want to have this one have a simpler set of patterns.
Did I break his face while I was doing the beard? My friend, did I break your face?
Is it just not rendering?
No, it's rendering with really odd shadows.
Oh, do you have your lights turned on?
Yes. No, like multiple layers of planes shadowing. I'm gonna bring it anyway.
No, you could make... Did you make sure that you only exported the selected object?
Oh, I can check. I can check. I hit the mesh.
Is there a tick box up there that says selected object only?
It's not click, but I clicked, but I only got selected mesh. That
Yeah,
usually
but
works.
there could be multiple meshes that it's finding and exporting all of them.
Okay, I'll redo this.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to clear this ability from this base slime so it only does the smash attack, which is the red one, which is the more dangerous of the 2.
He likes to smash. Hulk style. Nothing is safe from the boar.
Well, it just feels like if the enemy is going to only do one thing, then it allows the player to know that they're probably making the right choice just using the same attack over and over again, which is, I think, what we want for this early part.
Yeah.
It also makes my tuning more consistent because we know what the fights are going to look like. There's not as much random chance in them. It's debatable whether or not that's good or bad, but...
With the way we've played this game out with all the math mechanics, I do feel like being able to be a level of predictability is going to be really good.
Yeah, being more tactical is probably the right direction to lean in, but it's hard to say sometimes.
He's still got weird face shadows, but maybe that's just his face. I don't know. I'm gonna try.
Let me take a quick look.
If you want.
did mute for just a moment, helping Drixy set up the character so that she can get it rigged as she was running into some difficulties.
It might have
Sorry
been my mirroring.
for the confusion.
Don't be sorry. Drixie needed help.
No, it's fine.
Woe is me.
I think applying your mirroring modifier is probably one of the potential issues. The other one is that you had two versions of the model, and even though you said FBX export with only the selected mesh, it's possible there was still something weird happening there.
Yeah.
If you're still seeing it, I would just like download the character and see if it's still happening in Blender.
Yep. Thank you.
No worries.
Appreciate you.
All right. I think this feels fine. I don't love the combat setup. I think I could spend forever kind of tweaking this, but I think I just want to move on. Yeah, there's a bunch of polish that can be done on combat when there's multiple enemies on the screen too. Most of our combat has been revolving around like more one-on-one fights, but I think we want to maybe look at having enemies also be able to run away and, you know, track down allies. I think some of that could be useful too. But the biggest issue I think is the fact that these enemies that are moving around are causing the game to be like slower. Like when we perform an attack normally, it's so much quicker when there's only one enemy. But if there's another enemy on the screen moving, it like does the tick for our charge and then separately has the enemy move, and only once both of those two things are simultaneously finished does it actually like move on. But like, I don't know. I'm gonna move on to. I'm gonna jump forward a little bit because we have a rough idea of what these fights are gonna feel like. I think you're gonna get stronger as you upgrade your abilities. I think the numbers are looking okay. I want to look at some more cutscenes. Because where do we go from here? Once we've gotten here, we can go north, and we're gonna run into a cutscene with two adventurers. The main adventurer we saw here trapped by the boar will find part of her party here, which we have some placeholder pieces. Drixie's currently working on the models for one of these characters, mainly this character kneeling over the injured adventurer. We'll do the injured adventurer second, I think. This camp setup is all very old, though. You had done some better tents at some point, I think.
I think so, yes.
I do not know where those are offhand, but I'll do some searching. Maybe we have to do a little bit of setup. Oh, it's possible you didn't check some of that stuff in, actually.
That didn't work. Tohi, can I borrow you for another second, please?
Yep.
Thank you.
No worries. All right. I want to clear this scene up. I feel like this scene is in a weird state. Oh, some of these props don't even exist because they don't have valid keys anymore. Oh yeah, this scene is super in a busted state. We might want to just rebuild this one from scratch almost. That's probably fine. All right, we're going to look under the art folders and see if we can track down where the tents are. And if they're not here, we're going to make some versions that can be replaced later. So camp supplies. Oh, here they are. Okay. Why are those not showing up? Did we... Maybe I haven't run this folder. So sprites, camp. If we look at prefabs, camp, supplies. Oh no, they're there. Oh, you know what it is? We need to just repopulate with the latest assets. That's what's going on. It may be here in the folder, but until we hit this populate, it's not going to actually fill in all the options in here. And some of those I'm going to assume are now going to finally show up. So if we do center, supplies, still no.
You know what's also still no?
What's
the arms are still broken. Even if I didn't edit the arms at all this time.
I'm gonna leave us unmuted this time.
Yeah, this is interesting. I don't think I'm gonna continue this on stream. I'll go do something else, but yeah, no. Something is off with my base.
Interesting.
Yeah. Cause like we did everything right, and then like the base I didn't play with, so that's that. But like I didn't touch any of the structure here, like nothing, literally not touched.
No, I believe you.
Oh, I know. I want to show it.
But so then, but when you send it up to Mixamo, get it rigged, bring it back in, and then link the animations from the other characters, it's just broken.
Yeah, but it was working for this character.
Okay, we can look at it off camera. Do you have backup work that you can work
I got
on?
lots of backup work.
Okay.
Like, I do have 2 characters in here. Maybe this is it? Maybe this is the problem? I don't know.
You have 2 characters?
I don't know where the second one's coming from.
That's your original base model.
Base model is not visible.
Right there.
Oh, it just copied into here?
No, that is your original one that you...
No, the original one's in here.
Oh.
So did it copy?
Go into armature. Yeah, there's 2 different versions.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, maybe start... Can I see from the beginning here?
From which step?
So, can we re-import the one you just grabbed from Mixamo? So delete everything from this folder. Just full start over on this part.
You know what? Yeah, okay. This is very educational for people that want to learn Blender. It's never as easy as you would think.
Well, I don't know if it's educational, but...
It is. Okay, so what I do is I duplicate. So I'm going to have a rigged version.
Did you remember to delete the model in this folder before importing?
Maybe not. That's why we're doing back, right?
Yeah.
So I can delete this model.
Yep. And then click on that one and do import of the asset.
Which is...
Yeah, it's going to be one of these. Whatever you
Mixamo 1, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Now, before we even link animations, just click on this one and go to the drop down. Go to this drop down and change to like one of these.
Yeah, his arm is behind his back.
Okay, let's
Okay.
leave it.
It's over. For now.
We will do some digging. I didn't have that on our conversation so chat could see fully, but it is what it is. Yeah.
Goatee guy is having a dance party.
But yeah, no,
just
normally we do these models. They're all based off of one base character so that the proportions are similar. Bring it into Mixamo, auto rig it, and then download, and then we can link all the previous animations. One question worth asking is if you download a version of that character with an animation, do you have the same problem?
I'm going to go back even further. I'm going to try my base model, like directly rip it from base and see if there's something broken here.
Okay.
And then I'll do that.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm going to call this Adventurer 3 because we may as well model something else.
And just see if the base one has the arm problem. Because that only started today. We haven't seen that issue in the past.
It's bamboozling. What's her other character name that you wanted? This. Okay.
I'm going to double check the naming of my props. So I see the tent is here. Oh, it doesn't have an addressable ID. Oh, you know what? These may have been checked in, but not the JSON file. So I'm going to regenerate camp. Create props. That's going to do a big think for a second. And then... these now have addressable names. Okay, now if we populate props, that was a lot more added. And we should be able to do camp. And yeah, now there's a bunch more versions of the tent pieces.
How are my tent pieces looking? It's been a little while since we've looked at them.
Yeah, I can't remember which ones were the quote-unquote good ones. So I'm kind of just trying
kind of means they're all good, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, obviously. So I'm going to do a bunch of setup on them and see what they're looking like. Because I have not reviewed these in a while.
No.
I think that's all we have to do.
Dance party.
Yeah, okay. So that's set up, but it does look like some of them have been regenerated in some weird way. I'm going to just select all of these. Oh, that super broke it.
Super broke it?
Yeah.
Not even a little broke it?
No, it like super duper broke it. Don't save. Yeah, because it basically copied all the data, so I can't multi-select all of these.
So I got that armature set. Open up Mr. Hero. That. Layout screen. Oh. Control L. Link animation data. Whoop, I did it the opposite way. Fascinating. Okay. So I'm able to do that. This guy, this lad, this fine species. Let's see if he works. He has working arms.
So it is something that's happening with that base model.
When I'm editing it.
When you added the cape, but you, like you said, you didn't do anything crazy. You were super meticulous with the setup.
Yeah. There's something I'm missing. Because, like...
But did you...
Hero... I mean, yes, he doesn't have a cape. He's got, like, a tunic thing.
Did you apply the mirror before sending up that character?
Yes.
Okay, so you both of them had the mirror applied.
Oh, for this one, no. I didn't actually do the mirror. I see what you mean.
Oh, interesting.
He's still... Yeah, he's not completed yet.
So maybe you need to leave the mirror.
Oh no, wait, I thought I had mirror on him. Oh, am I in the wrong one? I guess I don't have mirror.
Which
I must have compressed them into a mirror when I sent it up.
is that named sphere or is that armature you're looking
That's
at?
armature.
Yeah, so that's not the one you sent up.
No, I deleted the base that I had up.
So we don't know whether or not you applied the mirror.
I did not apply the mirror, and base here we can find out has mirror. So
Okay.
it auto applied.
I would suggest going back to version 3 of this file because we made a copy of it for before you applied the mirror.
Okay.
Go back to that one. Try uploading the FBX with the mirror attached and see if somehow that makes the difference. You get what I mean?
Yeah. What a ride.
I think once we've kind of got back into the flow of this again, it'll be much simpler, but it's like figuring out these gotchas of like, oh, you can't apply the mirror. That's actually causing problems, yada yada. We'll figure it out. But what's odd about this is that you will want to have the mirror applied in order to do like some sort of detailing work. So if this does work, that's even more odd in some regards.
So he has mirror here.
Yeah, so try exporting this one. Make sure that you have the geometry selected, which it looks like you do.
Yeah.
And then make sure that when you do the FBX export, make sure it's only exporting just the geometry and only the mesh.
Only mesh, selected objects.
And then export that and send that up to Mixamo.
All right.
Give that a try. Yes, your tents are looking good.
Thanks.
I'm just trying to... I think we only made them in one facing direction.
Yes. But you can probably rotate them horizontally.
Yeah, let's see what happens if I do a flip on it. So if we do left tent setup... I don't know if it's flippable, but I'm going to try flipped. Then I think I need to put the other one here. Right tent setup. Oh, I have to do it as a custom prop in order to add the flip effect. And then I want this center aligned, which I believe center is -2, -2. See if that flipping works. We should be able to see that tent set up now. Hopefully, if the angles are correct. Everything should line up. Yes, it does.
Shameless plug for Mixamo here. Look at my guy spin.
Is doing the rigging.
Yeah. So my hands aren't moving, I am working. Just FYI, internet. So he's got hands.
And it looks fine here, right?
All the time.
Yeah, so worst case might be that if you are having this issue and we can't resolve it, the unfortunate thing might be that we need to re-download the animations that we want for this character.
Yeah, to be fair, that's fine.
Because what might be happening is that for whatever reason, it's decided to rig it differently, or the vertices have changed enough from the base model that it doesn't accept the animation data. It doesn't make any sense though, because it should just be moving the bones.
Yeah.
So unless the bones have fundamentally been renamed, it should be able to take the same information across. But yeah, I would give
Something is happening.
Give that one a download and see what happens, though. See what that's like when you link all the data from our previous characters over to it. Okay, so we can set up a couple of tents. That's not too bad. We've got 4 different adventurers, so maybe we set up 4 different tents. And we'll have... We'll do that setup, I think. So we'll have 3 of the tents here, and then I'm going to have another tent over here, off on the other side of the clearing by itself. And I'm going to leave this as a normal setup one. Left and right. What are some of these other props that we have in here that got generated? Ruined backpack. Oh, do you have it up?
Yeah.
Arm still broken?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it's not the mirror modifier. It has to just be that the amount of geometry that got modified.
Well, this one was still with the modifier. I hadn't done that yet. I wanted to try it with. So
Well, yeah, no, but that was the thing that should have made it closer to the original setup.
And I'm going to try this again. Oh. Now he has no mirrors. Let's try again.
Might be faster to look at all of these tents in sprites. What are these? Okay, so we've got a backpack, ruined backpack. Cannot zoom in on that. That's interesting.
Am I crazy?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of these are just variations and attempts we did at doing a couple of different camp supplies, but it really is just the yellow tent is really the only thing we have here to work with, I think. Yeah, all these other ones were essentially prototypes. Okay. I think I want to move this one here over. Right tent. And left tent. Okay, so let's say this is the setup, this is the positioning of the characters. What is my notes for this cutscene? I want to have... Oh, I got too much dialogue in this one.
Why is that?
Yeah, okay. I'm going to set these up. I don't love some of my dialogue in this, and I think it's not going to be super great, but I need to just get things built, so we're going to just add a new cutscene in here. So this will be under the woods, and this is I-4 is the room we're in currently. So woods, I-4, injured adventurer. Okay. Set the default name. Priority's fine. Shouldn't really care about a response type because this will be an interact. And then we're going to have mostly just Takashi do most of our talking here.
You just name dropped our character for the first time, I think.
You've had it in the stream the whole time.
I have not been paying any attention to you.
Does
that make me a bad streamer?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
But no, we've got... This will be one of our adventurers, and this is the one that Drixy's currently working on.
Pulling my hair out on.
Still not working?
I am rigging it again.
Just one more time to see?
Yeah. I will not be defeated.
Well, it's not really defeat as much as sometimes just the fact that it's not functional. Again, it could just be that the geometry has changed enough and we just got lucky with the previous two characters that the geometry was close enough that it figured it out.
I'm unsure.
You think
the
there's
geometry
something...
changed a lot in the other one.
But, yeah, no, that's fair. Okay, so this is all the dialogue I need here. Stay open, stay open, stay open. Close all. That could just be close self. And then these can all be top right sounds about right to me. Sure, let's give that a try. So let's create that cutscene. And then we will need a interact object. So where can I steal one of those? Let's go here. Grab this object, come back here. Even more broken?
Well, it's more obvious.
Interestingly, it does feel like the arm is breaking in different ways.
Yeah. That's like even weirder if I did the entire thing mirrored. So why is one side broken and not the other? And his feet are so derpy. Anyway, okay,
Can you try bringing in a real animation?
Sure.
Like if you, sorry, when I say real animation, I mean, can you try downloading a
one
animation
from Mixamo directly?
From this character directly?
Yeah.
Rather than applying the existing character's animations to this model? Ooh, where does the interact happen for this cutscene?
Maybe Naruto is the queen.
Unlockable character saying it looks like the shoulder is being pulled back by the cape.
Usually it just cuts through like anarchy style. It has no density or gravity or any of that. Like,
yeah, you're not doing any cloth physics, but it could just be that like Mixamo is getting confused about where the arm is.
That looks like it works straight from Mixamo.
Yeah, so again, the solution here, although not as easy and a little bit more time consuming, might be that if we want to have him do different animations Or if we want him to do the same animations as Hero and our other adventurer,
We're gonna do everything manually again.
you're going to have to just download each animation individually for this character.
Well, that breaks my workflow a lot.
Well, it's definitely slower for sure than just
Let's
like
see
linking
if it
the
looks
animation
good.
across. But if it works, right? Like, slow is better than it just not working at all.
Honestly, fair.
But I would like to take a look at it.
I like to throw it out the window. Okay, dude. Let's see how you do. Oh, I should stop you first. You also turn into a pirate. Oops.
Oh, you need to do the playback speed. It's not,
Oh yeah, I didn't do that part. I was like, why does it look so bad?
yeah, well, because you've been copying the animation from the other characters, you haven't had to do that
God,
step in a while.
Extra work to do.
Yeah, no, it is a fair amount extra steps to get it to the correct frame rate and everything. Okay, so I have this trigger name, so I should be able to have this set up here on this interact with this trigger name. But the question becomes, where is this interact? Probably on Takashi directly, but I could see it being on either character. So if you interact with the downed adventurer, it also triggers the cutscene. Let's do a move to or a navigate to position. No, navigate to tile. Cutscene.
Kick.
Navigate to tile and facing. We'll start with when we do this interact. We will move hero to 6,11, no matter where they start the conversation from.
He's got a really round face. Okay, but also that cape looks amazing in Pixel. Like, how dare it cause me such headache and then proceed to look fantastic?
Yeah, it's holding it. It looks like it's attaching
Yeah, because
correctly.
this is the old one, the one that broke entirely, right?
Yeah.
And then this is the new one, and like that shadowing is just perfect. The boots look great. The kneecap things look great. You can just stop kicking. But she has just as much craziness to her. If not, she has more. She's got 2 capes and a tabard scroll thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think that I can take a look at it after we end the stream, because I need to sit down for a little bit, but I believe I would want to go through and look at every single bone name and see what the bone infrastructure looks like and see if there's a difference between that. Because ideally it should just be animating the bone structure, if I understand how Mixamo's stuff works.
Yeah.
So if it somehow generated a different skeleton, like maybe we didn't set up with the other characters with no fingers, like for example from the drop down. Like maybe it's something like that, but you did the exact same setup with the base character and it worked. So it is something to do with this character, something that was done to it. And it, yeah, well, we'll have to look. But it's not even like it's that complicated of a bone structure, so. I want to see this cutscene. I don't know. I think I'm getting close to ready to call it though. I think I'd like to honestly dig into that a little bit.
All of them has cape. Did I not save it all before cape? I guess I did not.
Well, Cape was the first thing you worked on.
Yes. Oh, hydrate.
All right, 1 second. All right, so here we have this animation. It could not find Takashi, and that is because we need to set this adventurer up probably. What is this current location? Oh, please let me click on the thing. There we go. This adventurer... Oh, this isn't even an NPC. I literally made these two characters as props for the time being. So yeah, attaching dialogue box isn't going to work until I get the character from you. Yeah, I think that's the dead end for me. I want to take a quick look at the armature, though. I think I do want to do that on camera, just because we've been focusing on this a good chunk today.
Sure.
Do you have a version that's broken?
All of them?
Okay, well, yes, but do you have one that I can take a look at real quick?
Take a pick. This is the one that I'm working on mostly. This is the one I was going to start Yuta in as well. So if you can do it, like, in my real folder, that'd be cool.
For sure, but...
What do you mean, then?
I need a version of Takashi where his hand is broken.
Yes, that is this one.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to...
Come on over here.
Yeah. Now, I'm gonna... Is it alright if I drive?
Yeah. No, I prefer you driving. This is giving me a little bit of a stress ball. Yeah. I don't want to feel stress ball. This is where the Tohi reigns supreme.
Okay.
I just do art.
No, I'm gonna debug it. I'm gonna let you go though. Actually, 2 seconds. No.
He doesn't want to speak with the Drixy.
Okay. You can go take my seat if you want.
I'll take the driver's seat.
Oh, do I not?
Can I see you? Oh, you can't see what you're doing.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so here's the tech. We're going to take a look here at the armature. So the armature itself is a series of bones, essentially. So if we... Does this have the alt-click functionality in here? If I hit... No. Can I do control-click? No. It won't let me open all easily like Unity does. But if we open this up and we look at this rigging, it's really not even that complicated.
There's no fingers.
As there shouldn't be. Right hand, left hand.
Right? Do I need to be over there?
No, the mic is there.
Okay. I don't know if I was on.
No, you are audible but no character right now.
I am the thing underneath the bed. I am the creepy bump in the night. I am the secret. I am the darkness.
Okay, so this seems like the base model. So we're just going to zoom this in because I really just want to focus on this part. And I want to make it so that my character isn't blocking too much. So then if we look at Adventurer, turn this one on, and look at its armature, we're going to expand it the same way. We want to see if any of these bone structures are set up in a different way, but it does not look like it. It looks like everything here is identical. Yeah, because this goes leg, leg, foot, toe, end of toe. Leg, leg, foot, toe, toe. Yeah, that all looks the same. And then here, this goes spine, spine 2, neck, head, head, top. And left shoulder, left arm, left forearm, left hand. So that all looks identical to... Oh yeah, hips start at the top. Yeah. I didn't read that at first. Oh. Spine, spine, spine. No, okay, yeah, no, that is identical as well. Neck, head, top of head. So yeah, the bone structure looks identical in this setup as well. 4 bones down from the left shoulder. Yeah, so all of the bone infrastructure is identical between the characters. So that means that the animation should map over. So the fact that his arm is twisted...
His foot's not pretty either.
It's also bent inwards, I see. Okay. That's as far as I'm willing to go in terms of investigation on camera, I think.
Okay.
Because the next steps from here is going to be actually going into each of these locations. So we know that it is the... Well, actually, which side is which on this? Can we see easily where each of these bones are? Like if I go into pose mode, for example, can I actually click on these individual bones? Will it let me? It does not look like I can. There we go, actually. Okay, so there's the left hand. So we can see the left hand is twisted here. If I look at that in the actual pose, and we go into here, so we know it's the left side. We can see its transform information that it's trying to animate. This is the values that it would like to set all of this to. So W, okay. And then if I go into the adventurer and look at the exact same spot for that left hand, oh, interesting. You don't have any... You only have the run animation set up here, it looks like, for this version. So if we have these both set to the exact same frame, I would expect that this character should also see its bone structure animating, but I do not actually see any updating here. These values should be in yellow, in the same way that this one is. Interesting. Was it because I was in pose mode? Okay, I think it is. So if I go back here and then if I click onto this one and go into pose mode. Interesting. I have to reopen all of this? Yeah, it's not showing the information in the same way. And in fact, you can see these values are different on these two characters. So here, this, well, I'm going to take a snipping to see because they feel different, but now I'm not so sure. So we're going to just quickly take a screenshot of this information so that we can cross-reference it. But if we go back to object mode, and even if I narrow in on exactly what the problem is here, it doesn't necessarily mean that I can solve it. Yeah, the data is slightly different. So we can see here that when we took a snipping of the adventurer's data, the rotations of the hand were different between the two of them. So the data isn't being carried over exactly the same way. Which seems odd to me, but makes sense because we're seeing it be broken. Okay.
We check maybe hero versus the girl and see if they're identical, or if it's just because of the structure of the different characters have slightly different variations of it.
It's a good call out. It's a really good call out. We can check to see if hero's set up in the same way. So if we go into hero and go to pose mode, and then come down into the left hand, which is our reference point that we're checking right now. No, you're right. The left hand here looks... Oh no, but hero is not in the same animation. Hero needs to be set to be run. Yes.
What frame?
And then hero looks the same as your character. Now, the fact that these are in yellow and Takashi... Or sorry, these aren't in yellow, but Takashi was, implies to me that it thinks we want to be applying some sort of other animation to it. So it's possible... Yeah, these are in yellow. Yellow here means that it is keyframed, essentially.
Yeah.
That might just be because of where we pushed down, but it just looks like the data is... Oh, that's a problem. It's showing hand information. It's trying to animate the bones of the hand.
Oh, that was before I put the mitten on him, right?
No, this is for Takashi.
Oh.
It looks like this run animation you have... is trying to... And yeah, all of the information here
The bones
is...
don't have... Or the rendering doesn't have fingertips, though.
Unless they do.
Regardless of my choice?
Well, this is something I called out as a potential possibility. It might be that when we rendered, or when we rigged the original characters, we didn't turn off hands.
But I thought we had to turn off hands to fix a hand problem.
I didn't go far enough down.
Oh, you found the fingertips?
Yeah,
So Hero has it?
Hero has it. Okay. Okay, so what's happening? We're going to take a quick look here. Yeah, she doesn't. So for some reason, when we look at the animation data for Hero, Hero was rigged in Mixamo using
Hands.
a full hand setup, even though our characters don't have fingers. And so because Hero was set up that way and we used Hero for downloading all these animations, it means all these animations have finger data associated with them. Now, for some reason, the adventurer girl has
The same data. but no
same
fingers.
yeah, it has been rigged with no fingers but is working correctly. But it looks like the Takashi character is failing. It's possible it's unrelated. Yeah, she has the same failing data, so she's when we apply an animation to her, it's also trying to find the left thumb, but not able to locate that bone, which isn't great. But it's possible this is a red herring and isn't actually the problem.
Yeah, I would say that's not a problem.
Yeah, this data... Oh, this is a different run now. Yeah, it's really hard to tell. It's a lot to go back and forth between.
You can always give it a break and just come back to it with a fresh pair of eyes.
Yeah, it definitely feels like something is broken with this new character, and I don't think it's the cape. But narrowing in on exactly what is breaking here is gonna probably take me a bit of time. I think we'll probably call it here for today then.
Yeah. Drixy broke something. We're gonna call it.
I don't... You did not break something.
Break everything!
I think we have discovered an edge case that I did not build this system or pipeline for, but we will figure that out. All right, we're going to call it here for today. Thanks everyone for checking out the stream. I'm going to quickly go back here
The stream dream.
Okay.
What?
Calm down, Drixy.
No.
All right, so did an art stream today, played with some modeling stuff. I don't feel like we made a ton of progress, but at the same time, bugs and issues are definitely things we'll just have to work through, and so they need to be solved.
Well, at least my character can wave goodbye.
Yeah, well, let me do picture in picture.
She's very excited to see you off tonight.
So I'll be back tomorrow from 2 to 4 and 6 to 8 PST. And then next week we'll probably do an art stream with Drixy, but I may not be at the same time. And then after this week, I've still got 2 more weeks of streaming. So tomorrow I'll talk about what next week looks like at the end of stream, probably. For now, though, this is going to be Tolhi and Drixy